things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Austin, Texas, and DKR, home of the Texas Longhorns. As we'll see, a playoff team from last year, the Arkansas Razorbacks, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Longhorns will put toe to leather and will get started. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So Arkansas's offense will start this game off. So the last time these two got together, the nails were chewed down to the cuticles. It was a barn burner. Think we get another one of those, Jesse?
I certainly hope so, Reese. And I know that mental toughness is very cliche in all of sports, especially college football. And David, it's something that coaches are always harping on, but this is one of those games. The team that's most mentally tough at the end, they probably win.
Especially in rivalry games, especially in big moments, especially when there's more to it than just a game. So I think that this is something that who can focus, who can stay disciplined, who can stay tough and keep and block out all the noise.
He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play. They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Now on the option. He can't corral the pitch. The ball's on the ground. Ball bounces right to him, and he's on the move.
It's so hard to force fumbles, and when you do, you so badly want to get him to crawl, and you do whatever you can to get there as a defender, but the offense
breaks into the open. Tackled there by the defense.
And I love the play call. Get it to the running back, chew up some yards so you make third down more manageable. 3rd and 10, 3rd and 9, Jesse. Now as a quarterback, I can be successful.
Yeah, and I think the play worked.
And the defense got him at the 27. The Razorbacks will bring the punt team onto the field. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Hauls it in, looking for space. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. So Texas offense will try to get something started with their first possession. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game is the ball never touched the ground, David. It was amazing. And it wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open downfield. That kept the offense on schedule. That's really important for this offense today.
And when you're watching it as a defensive player and coming to this football game, man, you know this is going to be a challenge. I better get pressure on this guy. If I let him feel comfortable, you'll see another day like last week. I mean, that dude was accurate. Almost every ball was caught. They were in rhythm. They're going to have to find some creative ways to get him off his spots and make him feel uncomfortable.
And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, 2nd and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's 3rd down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
And the Longhorns will call on their punt team. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. To throw on first down off the play fake. Right down the middle. Pulls it in. It's Crosby. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line. stopped, and it'll be first down.
Well, that was a dart right there. He's going to give Arkansas a chance because in the old days in the SEC, you had to run the football if you were going to win championships. Today, you better be able to get it done through the air. When you think of all the great play callers in this league and all of the Heisman Trophy winners this league has seen at the QB position in recent years, you better be able to do it throwing the ball. This guy, I think, gives Arkansas a chance with his arm.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? He'll ride his man on the option. Got enough for the first down. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
And that's exactly how you draw it up. And that's why the option's so hard to stop. QB, man, draw the defense in. Look at me. I'm the first option. Bam. Next thing you know, he pitches it, gets a positive gain down the field.
They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Off the play fake on first down. Looking down the middle. Complete with conviction on the crosser. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening first and goal from the 9. And the Razorbacks didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down. He's going for the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Razorbacks! Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. The Longhorns, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Going for it all. He's got it at the 25. Just like that. A huge gain, and they've got it inside the 10. They'll mark it at the 8.
Well, this offense is showing you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate explosive plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot and hit it, and they have completely flipped the field.
And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's Thompson. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to bow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on first down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's second and goal. He'll keep it himself. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
Dead center perfect. That'll bring him to within 4. So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. Off to a good start here and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. They'll run the option. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's second and 11. trying play action. Fires to the big fella. And they pick up just a few on that completion. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. Caught in the backfield. It's Bishop. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
Nice job by the QB. It's third down. It's money down. I'm looking to throw the ball down the field. What's open? My running back. Find him, hit him, let him do the rest. Good job.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. Got the first down and more. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. The Razorbacks in the hurry-up.
And how about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do? They keep their foot on the gas, right back on the football to try to keep this offense rolling.
Got it behind the line. It's Crosby. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wide receiver going in motion. Goes to the option. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Nice job to keep it himself, find the first down marker, and move the change for this offense.
Man, this defense has to be better. You have to stop the first part of the option, and that is the quarterback. And he gets loose. He gets the first down, another set of downs. They need to figure out this plan and how to stop this quarterback.
Off play action on first down. He uncorks one deep. And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this going to go? They'll decline that penalty. Obviously very happy with the results of the play. They're dealing with a second and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. The safe call on the wide receiver screen. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. DKR heating up and trying to make third down impossible here. Running back searching for a hole. Past the first down marker and still running. He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19. They're in the red zone. And the Razorbacks will snap it on first and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Starting to feel a little pressure. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Got his man. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
This offense has become a first down machine, and that is so demoralizing for the defense. Especially for those star players that are playing tons of snaps, they're not subbing out as much. By the fourth quarter, they're going to be gassed.
He's going to lose a yard on that one. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Looking to fire. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Arkansas! Quick strike through the air for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get him. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Here comes the Texas offense. There's a little more urgency attached to this drive. They've only been able to put up a field goal and start this one down 14-3. The Longhorns want to pick up the tempo. Second down, he'll throw it. There's the pressure. And down he goes back at the 3.
Well, the defense has the opponent backed up in their own end, and they are pinning their ears back, getting after the quarterback. You see the athleticism and the speed they have up front as they're able to notch that sack.
He cannot get there. It'll be 4th down. And the Longhorns decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. He will make the fair catch just a few yards shy of midfield. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Caught behind the line. It's Crosby. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on 2nd down. Gives it on the option. Got the first down. Looking for more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They're lining up on 1st and 10 from the 38. Looking downfield on 1st down. Dangerous screen into traffic.
I like the slot receiver because it gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Going to try to get it himself. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. The Razorbacks come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Hunting the 1st down marker on the read to the left. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. And the Razorbacks pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. On the option. Leaves it with the back. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Motion from the wide receiver. On the move. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The Razorbacks will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. On the move. And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? When they've got him looking run, now to pass. Caught in the backfield, it's Meyer. Touchdown, Razorbacks! And they take it in for 6 more points. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here this Week 11 performance. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. James Madison went scorched earth in a double-digit win that might have been worse had they not sat the starters there in that 4th quarter. Total destruction by the Dukes. Guys, I look at the preseason coaches poll and compare it to where the Sun Belt is right now, and man, what a difference.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Unloads to the wideout. On target to the left. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Looking to throw on first down. Trying to burn this defensive back. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers and he couldn't hold on. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Sends it back in motion. 2nd and 10. He'll throw again. Under fire. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Longhorns will punt this one away. A high kick. Let's see if he can pin them back deep in their own end. He'll make the fair catch at the 44, and they'll have terrific field position. They'll get this drive started from their own 45-yard line. Running to the left. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop it. And the Razorbacks come to the line in the hurry up. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Setting up the screen. Stop is made at the 36, but he picked up 10 on that one and has a fresh set of downs. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of him.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling past and kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space, he'll pick up yards in a hurry.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking downfield very late in the half. Going for it all. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Pressure coming. He's not afraid to go deep. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half, we'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. They'll try the run. And the defense able to get him down, and that should bring us to the end of the half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half.
The Razorbacks will kick it away to start the 2nd half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. They come into this 3rd quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece.
Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. And they were lucky that fumble went out of bounds. They'll maintain possession. And the Longhorns in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Looking for space. It's Jordan. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They'll try to bully their way for the first. This might depend on the spot, but I think he's going to come up just inches short of converting that 3rd down. The Longhorns will punt it away on 4th down. Trying to play a little field position with that high punt. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. At midfield, he's got room. And he caught that pitch in stride and was off to the races. A big gain and a first down for this offense. And the Razorbacks, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Bishop. Oh, he's got some space. Brought down at the 21-yard line, a 15-yard pickup, and they are in prime position to get points now. The RPO, fire complete to the left. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense first and goal from the 7.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. And again, stopped right in his tracks. Nowhere to run.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on third down.
Tried to get there by himself, and he is stopped short, and it'll be fourth down. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. He's looking to pass. Max Wiggins with the goal line. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down? So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
And you know exactly what time it is when you get down here in the red zone. You got to be able to run the football. But when you got a back like this who punches the ball in the end zone consistently almost every single game, you are going to win.
There he goes. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
Quick completion to the right. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Jordan. That's the way to get it out of your own end. Takes it all the way up to the 25 before going out of bounds. The Longhorns are on the move. Quarterback on the keeper. At the 35, he's loose. Oh, and he ruins the big gainer with a fumble. Defense trying to take it back.
And I tell you what, it's hard to be a quarterback in an option offense when you got so many things you have to be accountable for, and then you got to take care of the football, right? When you do make the decision to run, right or wrong, it's your decision. Now you got to wrap that thing up. You can't fumble the football now.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark. The Razorbacks have pushed it inside the 20. They'll run it out of the shotgun. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Just outside the red zone at the 21, but it's 3rd and long. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. 4th down and 1, and they'll go for it. This quarterback part of their running game. And that'll not only be a first down, it'll be 1st and goal from the 7. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Trying to find the end zone. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. We reach the break. Arkansas has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. He'll do it himself. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options. He's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker on the ground.
Trying to bully their way in. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
Well, the defense got the stop there on 3rd and 1. Let's see if they can do it again here on 4th and inches, Dave.
I just got to find a way to fall forward, be physical. We work on this all week. You know you're going for it on 4th down.
And the Razorbacks will try to move the sticks on 4th down. Quarterback making adjustments. The snap sets up to throw. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. Touchdown, Arkansas! And the pummeling has started. That one pushes this lead out a little bit more here in the 4th, and now they can smell 8 straight wins. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Palmer.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making...
It's a running room. Inside. Touchdown, Texas. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. Defense better dig in for the run. Heavy formation is there. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Complete to the left. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a 1st down at the 44.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Razorbacks with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. The run to the right. Turning it on. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing it.
They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. And the Razorbacks will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Here comes the option. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment. And down here near the goal line, you've got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the end zone twice already. I'm going to keep featuring him.
So you know...
Touchdown, Razorbacks! And the stomping has commenced. The lead grows, and you can sense they know how important wins are this late here in Week 11.
And how about this offensive line? 3rd and goal, you gotta have it. They flew off of the ball. They got some push. They made that easy on the running back to score that touchdown.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up 35 to 10. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike score. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make...
Breaks into the open. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46. To the air on 1st down. He finds a soft spot in the middle. They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch. And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wants to go up top. It's complete on the right side. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. A field goal really doesn't do much for you in this situation, so they'll go for it on 4th and goal. Snaps it in the shotgun. Going for 6. And they can't make the connection on 4th down, and they'll turn it over.
Tell you what, it gets late in the football game, man. I got to start being aggressive. When I'm in a hole and the clock's running out, like, it's going to make me have to throw the football, be more aggressive, and this offense doesn't come through for their team, and now they're going to really need their defense.
Oh, he's got some space. And it looked as if he might take that one all the way to the house. Just ran out of a little steam, and the defense finally got him.
And that's why this offense is hard to stop, man. They have that option to pitch it. So as a defense, like, I got to get the quarterback, and then I got to get the pitch man, and they lost the pitch man, and you could tell he made them pay with a big gain down the field.
Out of bounds at the 24-yard line after the huge pickup.
Well, this is an offense that has a lot of speed, and they have different guys they would love to get the football to in space, and they can find a lot of different ways to do that. I love the idea of going option here and trusting your quarterback to make the right read. If no one accounts for the pitch man, he's going to get it to the outside, and you see the speed on the perimeter. Really clever play call that time by the O coordinator.
He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They are really clicking along, 1st and goal on just the 4th play of the drive. They'll try to get it in with the run. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then...
Reels it in down the left side. And that tackle almost certainly saved a touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. Inside the 30 at the 29, it's a 1st down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Give to the back. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Well, I understand they're trying to catch the defense off guard by running the football, expecting them to be in some kind of zone coverage, but you're trailing late in the game. You're going to have to throw to win it, and that's what I'd expect them to do on this next play.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13. And the Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. Here's a heat. Pulls it in. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if there was...
I'm sorry, you're unlikely to win today, but here's a fabulous part. A late touchdown.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be dragged down. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. They're looking for space to run behind the left tackle. And he finds enough running room, and he's brought down at the 20. The Razorbacks with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. You're talking about this game in particular.